just a great pass. And Ngatai down low. So Zimmerman has to help, but Ngatai's got to get into the legs of Soto. He got too close to the rim.
Bairstow 1 for 5. McCarron not even attempting a shot. Then you're not going to score any points. Those are the 3 guys that you have to go to.
It can be as simple as just your energy and effort. 14 rebounds to 4 we're at right now. There's some certain statistical categories you look at, you say, well, boys, your effort's not where it needs to be.
Here's another offensive rebound. Kai Soto comes across and blocks that out of play.
There's no sir.
Yeah, good. That is a good effort. Use the big fella when he's down there. That's his strength, his size, and good timing.
McCall gets that one-on-one matchup with McCarron. He's whistled for a hook.
Orange 22.
Official was on the scene, said that the hand that wasn't on the basketball was used to hook around McCarron.
Yeah, it was. Good call. Easy call.
Drew, how do you fix their offense? How do you fix Adelaide's offense right now?
Well, it's about the execution, how hard you're going to set the screen and the timing, and it's hard to fix your offense.
That's how you fix the offense. He has to start shooting the ball.
Yeah, it's very hard to fix it sometimes on the fly, but you can only go back to those basics, the fundamentals a lot of the times, and the way in which they've been pushed out of it.
Is it fair to say McCarron needs to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end now?
Well, his history shows that he can be very good at that, but his shooting percentages this season aren't great. But here you go now. There's a little five-point run, and the crowd start to get involved.
Dead's back door. Nice find from Bairstow. 8 unanswered points for the 36ers.
And there's the penalty. If you've got a team that's up and in and trying to deny and bust up those dribble handoffs, backdoor cuts, backdoor options become a little easier.
We don't see that enough in today's game.
McCall from outside. It's not going to count. Tajir McCall 1 from 4. Soto trying to take position on McCall. They couldn't find him. They find Detch instead.
And it's interesting because you look at the little run the Adelaide 36ers have had here. It's good. It's got the scoreboard ticking over. Things are looking a lot sharper. But I thought when Dusty Hannahs came on, gave him that offensive spark. 2 of 3, had 5 quick points, only played the 4 minutes. And you think of the imports and what's they're required and the role they have to play, given that his last outing here, he exploded against Melbourne United. I'm surprised he hasn't had a little bit more time.
Tuffelmine turns around. That jumper's off target. Soto couldn't tip it in. It was Bairstow on the offensive glass. Things have lifted significantly for the 36ers this quarter.
100%.
The Taipans are yet to score in the term. It's 9-0 in quarter 2.
Yeah.
They changed uniforms or something?
Well,
that's what it looks like, didn't it?
Well, that's right. And whether it's the scoring and you start to feel good about yourself, or I think it's more that the application on the defensive end, they come up with those stops, you start to feel you get a little bit more control of the game.
McCall got into the paint and has picked up another foul. That's his 3rd.
That's just stupid, though.
That's the wild swipe. He's frustrated he missed the shot.
And he's swiping at the ball, and now you got to go sit down.
And we'll have to sit for a pretty significant period here, Copes. There's still 7 minutes before half-time.
Yeah, I don't think he'll come back before half-time.
Playing without Nate Jawai, Kuat Noi and Jared Kenny today, the Taipans. Soto fouls Zimmerman over the back.
He's had an impact, Kai Soto. Brought a lot of energy since he's been on the floor this half.
+9.
And I think he's a big part of it. And now his individual numbers aren't, he's got the 2 boards, he's 0 of 2, but just his presence down the other end, the block shot,
McCarron surveys the floor up ahead. He's got runners everywhere. Detch draws contact from Nartai. 36ers are a completely different team in this second quarter.
Well, they're out and running. You get stops. It's a lot easier to run when you're not taking the ball out of the rim.
And trying to get it down the court. Absolutely.
We saw this early on in the season. Remember when Adelaide 36ers played against the New Zealand Breakers? Now, their horror period went for a lot longer than this. They were like 21, 22 down, and then just clicked into gear and to get it going. There's Dusty Hannahs.
And one, no problem.
First game back from COVID. Perhaps that may have something to do with it as well, Drewy.
Well, he actually got on a plane and went to Brisbane, but because he'd spent that 7 days, that's a travel. Spent that 7 days in isolation and only arrived the day of the game. I think he just wasn't right. Did a test and wasn't right. So it's been a lot longer since he's had the COVID. But you're right, maybe it's something that lingers around. It could be.
He dropped a quick 5, though, when he came in, so I'd be asking that coach, hey, man, this COVID's gone. Get me back. Quick.
2 for Meyer. That's McCarron. He thought about the 3. Now down low to Johnson. 12 unanswered points for the 36ers.
Simple post-up. I've been begging for it for the whole first quarter. Just throw it inside and let him go to work, man.
Let's get down to Case. It looks a little bit better for the 36ers this term, John.
Certainly a much better second quarter than the opening term, it has to be said. Just further to your discussion regarding Dusty Hannahs, I was told by the physio, Nick Richardson, that it was just as much about his touch. He hadn't touched the ball for a week or so, or hadn't shot around, as well as it was about his physical capacity to go in Brisbane in the last game. And the good news for Mojave King is that he is available next week. They do have 2 games next weekend, the Adelaide 36ers, where, in fact, Sydney on the Sunday is their game. They have the double the following week, but Mojave King should be available to play next weekend.
Good. You need all the help they can get, Case.
Well, Mojave King hasn't really been a huge factor this season, only averaging 10 minutes a game. And I'd like to have those bodies there, but he... when you just look at the numbers, it's one you'd think that his absence,
And one, here we go.
you can cover a little bit more than some of the other guys on the team.
Adam Ford is continuing to ring the changes. Marshall Nelson into the game for his first minutes. Seen a little bit of him in the last couple of weeks.
He's got hops, too. Got real hops.
Would be familiar with this place as well.
Yeah. Adelaide down 2 at quarter time. They were down 14. And this to potentially take the lead. This trip down the floor. McCarron threw it up there.
Oh, how nice was that?
Soto closes the lid.
Beautiful pass by McCarron.
14-0 this quarter. All of a sudden, we're back to where we started. It's 23 apiece. McCarron comes up with it and was fouled.
Wow. Now, it was unintentional, but he comes from behind. But this is just a great pass. And Nartai down low. So Zimmerman has to help. But Nartai's got to get into the legs of Soto. He got too close to the rim. And with Zimmerman caught in that help situation, without that third man coming over for the rotation and keeping him out of the paint, with that size of Soto, that's throw it up there anywhere around 11 feet, he can go get it for you.
And so he did.
That was shooting here, under the basket.
Made his NBL debut when the teams played in round 3.
Okay, can we just get this section here in front of it?
Yeah, Soto has been great in this quarter. Really brought the energy. 4 boards. Got a block shot as well. In fact, he's got a couple of block shots. And plus 14.
And as we spoke about pre-game, Copes, he's got, for the remainder of this season, has got a really good opportunity to play more significant minutes.
And so he should. You lose Isaac.
And one.
Daniel Johnson not playing the same ball as Daniel Johnson does. You got someone that can come in and score the ball and change the game for you.
He's different, isn't he?
And that's what he does, yeah.
He brings something different that you don't have to deal with on a night in, night out basis in this league.
36ers in front. What a turnaround it's been in this second term. The Taipans are stone cold. Down to Zimmerman. Turns Sotto inside out. Their first bucket of the quarter.
From the big Zim.
9 and 7 so far. He's the game's leading scorer. Offensive foul on Daniel Johnson. Paul Quoll stepping in.
We got to call that. I don't want to go back to study. You got to get hit in this game.
He did. It looked like, I think
CJ's not happy.
Well, I think when you're driving, and it looked like DJ had actually stopped.
Okay, you got it.
And it was a contact there. So
Here we go.
there is.
Do you think it was a flop?
I think there is a strong argument that CJ can make that was one that had a bit of a stench of flopping about it.
He did stop. Yeah, he stopped. A stench of flopping.
It just had a little smell of flopping.
Just detected in the air, could you, Drew?
Yeah.
Zimmerman